Oh, I broke another needle. I really hate it when that happens. I think I'm going to buy a new machine. Have you ever thought that? Well, as much as we'd like to sell you a new sewing machine at Western Maine Machines, chances are it's the thread causing the problem and not the machine itself. Now you could say, well, thread is thread, but really, thread varies in quality and the age of the thread can affect its quality as well. Many times someone will bring in a sewing machine for me to repair and they have an old spool of thread that grandma might have gave them or their mother passed down to them. And if you run your fingers through the length of the thread, you'll be able to feel little pulls and knots in the thread itself, little frays. And as that thread is going through the machine and through the eye of the needle, it's going to pull and flex the needle itself as you're sewing. And that very well could be causing the needle breakage. Well, you could also say, well, I understand that, but I just don't have enough money to pay for the high quality thread. Well, if you were to compare any of the thread that we have here at Western Maine Machines with something you could buy at a big box superstore or a local surplus store that we have all around the state, I think you'd be very surprised at the price of our thread compared to what you can buy locally. If you were to buy a 500-yard spool of thread at a local super box store, it's going to cost about $3.50 for 500 yards. So for 1,000 yards, that's $7. Just looking at our Isacord thread, this is over 1,090 yards and it's less than $6. So really it's even more affordable than what you can buy at a big box store in the state. Also, you could say, well, my grandmother gave me this spool of thread. I really want to use it. I want to honor her by using it. It has sentimental value, and I can totally understand that. But as mentioned, the thread has a shelf life. If it's over 10 or 20 years, run your fingers through the length of the thread and really feel it, and you'll be able to feel the difference. So what I'd like to volunteer is that come into our store and ask for a thread test. And what we'll do is we'll take an old spool of thread and a new spool of thread. We'll run it through two machines, through two eyes of the needles, and we'll pull at the same time. And you'll definitely feel the difference. And chances are you'll feel that the old thread feels like it's running through over a hacksaw blade. It's so rough and coarse, and you'll no doubt see the needle flex. And that is definitely a cause of needle breakages. So what do we have? On one hand, we have higher quality thread here at Western Maine Machines at a cheaper price. It's less expensive. You'll buy local from a local retail store like us, which makes us happy. Your projects will come out better. You'll do more because you'll have less needle breakages and you'll be happier. On the other hand, there's really no other choice. So come down to Western Maine Machines, buy our thread from us. We have high-tech machines with old-fashioned service.